Climate change is a pressing global issue that poses significant challenges to the planet and its inhabitants. It refers to long-term shifts in temperature, precipitation patterns, and other climatic variables, largely attributed to human activities such as burning fossil fuels, deforestation, and industrial processes. These activities release greenhouse gases into the atmosphere, trapping heat and altering Earth's climate systems. One of the most alarming consequences of climate change is the rise in global temperatures. Over the past century, the Earth's average temperature has increased significantly, leading to more frequent and intense heat waves, melting polar ice caps, and rising sea levels. These changes threaten ecosystems, endanger wildlife habitats, and disrupt weather patterns, resulting in more frequent and severe natural disasters such as hurricanes, droughts, and wildfires. Climate change also has profound implications for human societies and economies. It poses risks to food security, water resources, and public health, exacerbating poverty and inequality around the world. Vulnerable communities, including low-income populations and indigenous peoples, are disproportionately affected by the impacts of climate change, facing increased risks of displacement, food shortages, and economic instability. Addressing climate change requires coordinated global efforts to reduce greenhouse gas emissions, transition to renewable energy sources, and promote sustainable development practices. The Paris Agreement, adopted by nearly 200 countries in 2015, represents a significant step forward in international climate action, committing nations to limit global warming to well below 2 degrees Celsius above pre-industrial levels. Individual actions also play a crucial role in combating climate change. From reducing energy consumption and adopting eco-friendly transportation options to advocating for policy changes and supporting climate-conscious businesses, individuals can contribute to collective efforts to mitigate and adapt to climate change. Let's explore together diverse media perspectives on climate change. Chemistry World, the startups taking on climate change by extracting carbon dioxide from the sea. The Port of Los Angeles in California is witnessing an unconventional endeavor aimed at combating the climate crisis. 2 barges equipped with tanks and pipework serve as the backdrop for innovative startups venturing into the realm of ocean-based carbon capture. These ventures, including Captura and Aquatic, leverage the ocean's immense carbon-absorbing capacity to extract carbon dioxide from the air, offering a promising solution to mitigate climate change. Although the ocean serves as a massive carbon sink, absorbing approximately 30% of the carbon dioxide emitted into the atmosphere, marine life bears the brunt of ocean acidification caused by this process. The chemical reaction between carbon dioxide and seawater results in increased acidity, posing grave threats to marine ecosystems. To read the full article, open the link in description. Nature. How 5 crucial elections in 2024 could shape climate action for decades. This year, voters in 5 major carbon-emitting regions, the United States, India, Indonesia, Russia, and the European Union, will determine the course of climate action, collectively representing 1/3 of the world's population and carbon emissions. The outcome of these elections holds significant implications for global efforts to address climate change. In the United States, President Joe Biden's climate spending legislation, which secured nearly $1 trillion in investment until 2032, marks a historic effort to combat climate change. If re-elected, Biden aims to ensure continued progress in reducing carbon emissions and advancing clean energy initiatives. However, his opponent, former President Donald Trump, remains opposed to climate action, threatening to roll back environmental regulations and withdraw from international agreements. To read the full article, open the link in description. Sky News. Radical idea to protect Doomsday, Thwaites Glacier, with 62-mile-long curtain divides, Scientists Scientists are exploring a novel concept to protect Antarctica's Thwaites Glacier, dubbed the Doomsday Glacier, due to its potential to raise sea levels significantly. Already responsible for about 4% of global sea level rise, Thwaites Glacier is under threat from warming ocean waters. The proposed solution involves a massive underwater curtain pinned to the seabed, aimed at preventing warm water from eroding the glacier's base. While still in early stages and facing skepticism, initial models suggest the curtain could slow down the glacier's melt rate. However, critics argue that such geoengineering concepts are unproven, costly, and could cause unforeseen environmental damage. Proponents believe the potential benefits outweigh the risks, considering the immense costs of protecting coastlines and relocating populations if the glacier collapses. Despite differing opinions, scientists emphasize the need for further research to inform decisions regarding the implementation of such interventions. What do you think about this idea? Share with a comment. Be active. Every single voice counts. To read the full article, open the link in description, CNBC. The North Sea could become a central storage camp for carbon waste. Not everyone likes the idea. Norway's Longship project aims to establish a comprehensive carbon capture and storage (CCS) value chain in the North Sea, potentially serving as a central storage hub for multiple industries across Europe. Energy Minister Terje Asland is optimistic about the project's ability to demonstrate the viability of CCS technology. While offshore CCS offers potential benefits in reducing greenhouse gas emissions, critics warn of long-term risks and view it as a distraction from addressing climate change directly. Norway's experience with CCS, exemplified by the Sleipner and Snøhvit projects, is seen as a model, despite some operational challenges. The $2.6 billion Longship project, managed by the Northern Lights joint venture, has garnered significant interest but faces cost and technical hurdles. Offshore CCS projects are being pursued globally, with concerns about unforeseen technical issues and environmental risks associated with carbon storage beneath the seabed. They said, "Not everyone liked the idea. What about you? Please don't stop at like or dislike. Try to share your ideas, why you like or dislike. Here we are, open to discuss and spread your idea. You may be the one who finds the solution." To read the full article, open the link in description. CBS News. February 2024 was the hottest on record, with global temperatures surpassing critical climate threshold. February marked the hottest on record globally, according to Copernicus, the EU's climate change monitoring service. Rising temperatures, both in the air and sea, are attributed to climate change, contributing to extreme weather events like floods, snowfalls, and wildfires across the US and beyond. The global surface air temperature in February was 1.77 degrees Celsius above the pre-industrial average, continuing a streak of 9 consecutive months of record warmth. Ocean temperatures hit an all-time high, fueling further warming and exacerbating climate-related impacts like sea level rise and coral bleaching. Climate scientists caution that surpassing thresholds like 1.5 degrees Celsius of warming signifies dangerous trends in human-induced climate change. Carlo Bontempo, director of Copernicus, emphasizes the urgent need to stabilize greenhouse gas concentrations to mitigate further temperature extremes. The ongoing El Niño event, intensified by human activity, exacerbates global warming trends, indicating continued above-normal temperatures in the near future. What is El Niño? El Niño event is a climate pattern that describes the unusual warming of surface waters in the eastern equatorial Pacific Ocean. During El Niño, trade winds weaken. Warm water is pushed back east toward the west coast of the Americas. El Niño means little boy in Spanish. South American fishermen first noticed periods of unusually warm water in the Pacific Ocean in the 1600s. To read the full article, open the link in description. Newsweek. America's rivers are changing, confusing fish. A recent study published in the journal Science reveals that climate change is rapidly altering the seasonal flows of rivers worldwide, posing a significant threat to water supply and ecosystems. Researchers from the University of Leeds analyzed data from river gauging stations, finding that 21% of the world's rivers experienced drastic seasonal changes due to climate change. These changes disrupt vital cues for species living in rivers, such as fish, affecting their breeding and habitat. Northern North America showed a significant decrease in river flow seasonality, with similar trends observed in other regions globally. Lead author Hong Wang emphasized that rising air temperatures are fundamentally reshaping river flow patterns, leading to a sustained diminishment of river flow seasonality. Climate change-induced extreme weather events like droughts and floods further exacerbate the situation, affecting freshwater ecosystems and human water use. Urging faster climate change adaptation, researchers emphasize the need to protect freshwater ecosystems and manage river flows differently to mitigate the impact of climate change on rivers. To read the full article, open the link in description. Midriva, navigating the muddy waters. How climate change is redefining river health. Rivers worldwide are undergoing a profound transformation driven by climate change, which threatens their crucial role in sustaining ecosystems, supporting human needs, and facilitating various industries. The often overlooked aspect of this transformation is river water quality, essential for environmental health. Climate change-induced gradual shifts and extreme events are jeopardizing river water quality, highlighting the urgent need to address this issue to safeguard the well-being of current and future generations. The interconnected web of land and rivers. New research underscores the importance of recognizing rivers and lands as interconnected systems, especially in the context of climate change. It highlights how climate-induced shifts impact hydrobiogeochemical processes and land-river connections, ultimately altering river water quality. The findings stress the need to prioritize water quality in climate risk assessments and policymaking, emphasizing its critical role in consumption safety, ecosystem health, and economic activities. From droughts to deluges, the climate extremes. Climate change impacts river water quality through various channels. Prolonged droughts concentrate pollutants, while heavy rainfall causes erosion and nutrient runoff, leading to harmful algal blooms, HABs. These blooms harm ecosystems, human health, and economies. The rising frequency of extreme weather necessitates a new approach to managing and adapting to water quality changes. Charting a new course, addressing climate change's impact on river water quality demands new research and policy frameworks. Traditional methods may fall short in understanding the complexities of water quality dynamics. Research must focus on climate extremes effects, develop new conceptual models, and promote adaptive policies. Embracing interconnectedness in river systems can lead to resilience and safeguard water resources for the future amid the challenges ahead. To read the full article, open the link in description. CI Tech Daily: Climate in Crisis, Carbon Dioxide Emissions Skyrocket. Carbon dioxide emissions from fossil fuels reached record levels in 2023, hindering efforts to combat climate change. The Global Carbon Budget, an annual assessment, revealed a 1.1% rise in emissions compared to 2022, totaling 36.8 billion metric tons. Despite efforts in some regions, global emissions continue to increase, driven primarily by India and China. This surge in emissions contributes to rising atmospheric carbon dioxide levels, exacerbating global warming. Scientists warn that unless emissions are curbed significantly, global temperatures may exceed the critical threshold of 1.5 degrees Celsius within 7 years, as outlined in the Paris Agreement. Despite the Earth's ability to absorb roughly half of emitted carbon, concerns arise over potential declines in ocean carbon sinks, prompting a re-evaluation of climate strategies. To read the full article with explained charts, open the related link in description. The star. The climate crisis is here. Why do so many continue to ignore it? Many people avoid confronting the climate crisis, opting to ignore its impacts on daily life. Psychologist Leah Dom explains this behavior as a common human response, allowing individuals to focus on everyday tasks. Surveys show that while many care about climate change, they often feel overwhelmed and unsure about personal actions. Dom suggests collective action is key, emphasizing the need for systemic changes. Michael Bilhartz, a consumer researcher, highlights the significance of individual choices in reducing carbon footprints, suggesting modest consumption and lifestyle adjustments can make a difference without significant cost increases. Ultimately, addressing the climate crisis requires more than token gestures. It demands systemic changes towards a climate-neutral economy and lifestyle. It is a very interesting article. There are some psychological questions and answers. Ask yourself these questions and compare your answers. To read the full article, open the link in description. In conclusion, climate change is a complex and urgent challenge that demands immediate action at all levels of society. By working together to reduce emissions, protect vulnerable communities, and preserve the planet's natural resources, we can create a more sustainable and resilient future for generations to come. Certainly, here are some short pieces of advice for decision makers to address climate change, pollution, and water scarcity in various aspects that impact the environment. Energy consumption. Invest in renewable energy sources such as solar and wind power for your operations and encourage energy efficiency practices. Transportation. Opt for electric or hybrid vehicles for your fleet. Encourage telecommuting and support public transportation initiatives. Supply chain. Prioritize suppliers with sustainable practices and reduce packaging waste by opting for recyclable materials. Water usage. Implement water-saving technologies and practices in your facilities, such as low-flow fixtures and water recycling systems. Waste management. Reduce, reuse, and recycle materials wherever possible, and minimize single-use plastics by offering alternatives. Eco-friendly products. Choose environmentally friendly materials and products in your operations, promoting sustainability throughout your business. Carbon offsetting. Consider participating in carbon offset programs to mitigate the environmental impact of your activities. Education and awareness. Educate employees and customers about environmental issues and encourage them to adopt sustainable practices in their daily lives. Regulatory compliance. Stay updated on environmental regulations and ensure full compliance to minimize negative impacts on the environment. Continuous improvement. Continuously evaluate and improve your environmental performance by setting measurable goals and tracking progress. Comment and act. Consider this approach. Prioritize purchasing only what you urgently need and evaluate the environmental impact of each item before making a decision. If you determine that a product has a detrimental effect on the environment, opt for essential purchases only and leave feedback indicating your intention to refrain from buying it again unless its production methods improve. This action can contribute to promoting sustainability and encouraging companies to adopt more eco-friendly practices. By incorporating these strategies into your decision-making process, you can contribute to mitigating climate change, reducing pollution, and conserving water resources while fostering a more sustainable future.